Are you serious? Mike from around the world is going to explain to you the Earth's tilt and why it's happening. And it's all part of the effects of Planet X. We'll play that for you today on this broadcast. Are you serious? Yes, I'm serious. Welcome, guys. This is the Coming Apocalypse. I'm Pastor Paul Begley. And wow, do we have a great broadcast for you today. There's no doubt about that. Quick shout out for Anna of Alabama. Okay. Good to see you, Anna. I saw your comment over at Patreon. I appreciate that greatly. And Heidi and I love you too. Next time we swing through Alabama, maybe we'll get a chance to drop in again. All right, guys, here's the deal. 8 asteroids. What? 8 asteroids are headed in our direction today. They will near miss the Earth, all 8 of them, today. I'm going to tell you all about that. But first, don't start aging on me when you can start unaging. What is that? I'll tell you what it is right here, right now. This it's called agewithpaul.com, because I want you to stay as young and as healthy as possible. And so here's the deal. You can tap into the ancient anti-aging secrets with this product made by BioTrust. Over 2 million bottles sold. It's called agewithpaul.com. Just go to www.agewithpaul.com. I first heard about turmeric, actually, when I went to India in 1997. But then I heard about this product, how that they combat the aging. Turmeric is a natural anti-aging spice that grows primarily in India. I found out that the ancient Chinese, as well as the ancient Indians from India and other Middle Eastern cultures, have revered turmeric for its miraculous fountain of youth-like benefits. And so I hooked up with some of this, and it's amazing. What they did, they take the turmeric spice and they extract it. Take the extract from it and use that to make these pills, these little capsules, which are amazingly giving you all that benefit from turmeric. You'll immediately, it won't take you 3 days to start feeling your joints feeling better. It's unbelievable. And the overall will help your elasticity of your skin. Yeah, why not? We're all aging, but why not age with Paul gracefully? Just go to www.agewithpaul.com. That's www.agewithpaul.com. Okay, guys, I'm so glad for everybody's here today. We've got a live broadcast coming up at 12 noon where I'm going to give you an update on everything going on around the world, including the truckers in Canada and what is Justin Trudeau up to. And also feedback from the French, the Russians, and the Americans on the meeting that Emmanuel Macron had with Vladimir Putin, Bootscootin' Putin of Russia. And all of them, and there may have been some progress. I want you to hear the perspective of all three. And we'll talk about, there's some powerful CME that's headed toward the Earth, but it will hit Venus first. This is quite interesting. It just so happens that Venus is going to swing right into the path of this thing. So all this is going on, and of course, remember what Mike from the World said, there's a meteor storm coming somewhere in around 2024, 2025. And it's not a storm that lasts over like 2-3 days. We're talking about a storm that will last about 18 months and will get very intense. And this has nothing to do with Apophis, who's coming in April the 13th, 2029. that may hit the Earth. If not, will scrape by so close that it was going to bring damage. The thing's huge, huge. So you know that's not good. But today, duck, everybody, 8 asteroids going by today, 8 of them. Are you serious? Let's take a look at this right now with the information that's coming. These asteroids are going to be incredible all today, February 8th. There's an 8.6, there's an asteroid called 2022 BX4. There's an asteroid 2007 UY1. There's 2022 CC1. There's 2022 BS4. And there's 2022 CD1. Those will all miss the Earth at a safe enough distance. We're not concerned, but they are still near misses. But we got 2 that are a lot closer, 2022 CW and 2022 CW1. Both of those will come close to the Earth. And then we have 2022 CB1, that will also miss the Earth at a safe distance. So 8 on February 8. 8 asteroids on February 8. All near misses today, identified by NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, and NASA is watching and named them and are keeping an eye on them as they go whizzing by. Also, this is really weird, but last night we had 8 fireballs that near missed the Earth. Let's take a, I want you to see this. These not near miss, these all broke through the Earth's atmosphere. That was last night, 8 of them. And you can see they came from many different directions, some on tighter orbits and some on very long orbits as they pass through. But they all broke through the Earth's atmosphere last night. And here's the asteroid list. If you start right there on, right up here. Here, let's use, you can't see that, can you? If I put that there? No. But if I use my cursor, you can. Okay, you start right up here. And there they are. 8 on February 8. And 8 fireballs breaking through the Earth's atmosphere. Okay? But this unstable solar prominence for days, astronomers around the world have been monitoring this thing. It's a colossal prominence dancing over the sun's southeastern limb. And the NASA Solar Dynamics Observatory suggests that the structure is becoming unstable and might soon erupt. And that could be a solar flare alert. And it could send dangerous CMEs in our direction. Now, we already have some coming this way. CME to hit Venus, and then we'll hit the Earth. NASA analysis has modeled a CME that left the sun on February 6th, Sunday. It's going to hit Venus, and then it's going to hit the Earth. It's a powerful CME. The Venus impact will take place tomorrow on February 9th. It will not cause any geomagnetic storm. It can't, because Venus has no internally generated global magnetic field. Instead, the impact will erode a small amount of the atmosphere from Venus's unprotected cloud tops. The Earth's impacts the next day, February 10th, will play out differently, though. Our planet's magnetic field will intercept the CME, preventing it from reaching the atmosphere below. Thank God. That's God's way of protecting us. Reverberations from the impact, though, could spark a G1 class geomagnetic storm with high latitude auroras spilling out over the Arctic Circle. So, quite interesting that this the CMEs came from this eruption, an explosion peaked on February 6th out of sunspot AR2939, the explosion peaked at category C3, which is considered to be weak. But somehow, however, the flare-up for its low amplitude still is lasting for hours. It's because of this this prominence. Okay, so it's not like an explosive flare. It's like this constant releasing of a prominence, which is long-lasting, thus sends a long, slow-lasting CMEs. I tell you what, we really got blessed because Venus crossing the path, blocking this thing, is really protecting the Earth. That's God's way again of protecting us, letting Venus kind of take the brunt of the hit, and then we get the rest of it. So are you seriously serious? I am, Johnny. And it's getting crazy out there. But Mike around the world may even be more serious. And so what I want to do is take us to the webinar that we had and give you just a little bit of what Mike from around the world had to say, which doesn't, we're safe to play this part. So here we go. Here's from the webinar that we had back on February. I'm trying to remember the date on that. When did we have that webinar? I can't remember. But it was just like a week or so ago, right? Sorry, a little early this morning. I worked hard yesterday. I had a lot to do. My book's coming along real well, by the way. My book is coming along real well. And I was reviewing back and forth over it, looking at it as it's coming together. And, I mean, it's incredible. I mean, wow. Oh, the research that went into this, and then now putting it into a written form for everyone. It's very prophetic book. I'm going to tell you right now, this is, without question, the most prophetic, most dynamic, nothing even close to this have I even attempted to write. God is just downpouring into my spirit prophecy and tying it to what's going on in the current events right now and what's going to happen in the very short, near future. But I'll tell you more about that as that book's coming out later this year. Here we go. Let's go take a peek right now at what Mike from the world had to say concerning the Earth's tilt and what this means. So let's go to the webinar. Is there a way to make this bigger? Yeah, it's a little nicer. Volume, I mean, I hope it'll be okay.
To better understand that, we have to talk about the Earth and its proximity to the sun. All right, so everybody knows the sun, or the sun is central, and the Earth goes around the sun. But the circle itself, right, that would either be, it's called eccentricity, which is how the Earth goes around the sun. That's very important. Because if it goes around the sun in a perfect circle, we have perfectly balanced seasons, which means we have mild summers, mild winters, and of course, fall and spring are, good times. And we used to have that a long time ago. But since the late 70s, going into the 80s, progressing to the 90s, it's been altering. Weather phenomena is becoming far more extreme than it ever has been. The water molecules have actually become heavy, so they have a greater count of isotopes in the water, causing the water to be heavy. This is because we used to be in a low eccentric orbit. The shape around the Earth travels around the sun was a pretty good shape, pretty good circle, but something is changing. It's evolving. Now we have a high eccentric shape forming, which is an oval. Now you know what that means. The Earth goes around the sun, but in an oval.
Okay,
right?
okay.
Think about that. That means in this case, just so everybody understands what eccentric eccentricity.
Are you saying, Mike, that if it went in a perfect circle, we'd have 4 perfect seasons?
That's right. That's right.
Is that the way it should be going?
That's the way it has been going for a long time, but it's been changing.
Okay.
It started a small, tiny, minute change in the 80s, right?
Okay.
Up to this present day, there have been some dramatic shifts, Pastor Paul, and we don't have that low eccentric shape anymore. We're not traveling in a perfect circle. 3 of our seasons are messed up, right? They're more extreme than at any other time in history, and it's about to get a lot worse. If we keep going to a higher eccentric orbit, which means for 3 seasons, we're going to be very close to the sun. Pastor Paul, the phenomenon is going to be so extreme that it would most likely cause everything in the book of Revelation regarding the sun, because we have, as this gradual shift is happening, our orbit is changing at a greater velocity than anybody ever predicted. It is beyond the predictions of all models and everything else.
Wow.
So this is why the global warming issue has popped up, but no one out there is explaining the eccentricity of the Earth going around the sun, the orbit around the sun itself.
No.
And if you take, if you were to have a ball at the end of a rope and you spun it in a circle, it would probably go into a circle, and because of gradual magnetic pulls to the left or to the right, whatever it is, you would begin to see an oval shape form. If that ball in the middle had any type of metal in it or something like that, you would notice it would travel in an oval, and then it would almost go, depending on the pull of that central object, it would pull it almost, it would go very close to the center, swing way out, almost like a swing, and then it would make a small arc and come right back and do the same thing. This is what's happening to the Earth. We're getting, on 2 of our seasons, it began, we got close to the sun, right?
Okay.
But now, it's shifted so much that we have 3 seasons close to the sun. And this process of this extreme weather phenomena is just beginning, because we are lopsided regarding our orbit, and it's about to get a lot worse. Can you imagine where our Earth is tilted, of course?
Yes.
And it's in that 24-degree mark, right?
Yes.
24.5, so, or 24.5. So suppose it changed 0.5%. Let me tell you what would happen. Let's give it 1 degree.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. 1 degree.
More than that.
Wow.
If it shifted 1 degree toward the sun, right now it's at the. If we shift it 1 degree toward the sun, say like we're in December, so we tilt toward the sun, that almost rights the Earth a little bit. The temperature differences would be about 40 to 50 degrees.
What?
That's how much it would change, right? And because of our orbit, we're going to experience some phenomena here on this planet we've not seen before, because we're getting closer to the sun than the Earth has ever been up before. And how do we know that? Because of the ice core samples, right? And people were looking at, when it was at perihelion or when it was at phalion.
All right. Well, that's just a little sample of Mike Around the World's presentation. I mean, he gets really, really good in the rest of this presentation, really explaining things, the best he's ever done, bringing things forward and telling us things he's never shared before. But all these times, all these years of interviewing him, he drops a lot of hints. Man, he just came out with stuff. He came out with guns blazing, and he didn't mess around. He just dropped bomb after heavy bombs all the way through here. So I wanted to prepare you for that. Some of you may have not gotten the ticket, may have not got the ticket to this webinar. This is called the Effects of Planet X. It was a summit. We only brought in 4 speakers, plus Heidi and I did an analysis of everything going on from what these guys all talked about. We kind of tied the spaghetti model together for you. But 40 to 50 degrees change in temperatures all over the planet is an insane thing to hear. And, but the Earth just made that little bitty slight tilt the other day, and Mike was freaking out about it and and telling us that this is it. This is it. It's about to happen. It's about to begin to bring us to the climax of the end of days. And then less than 48 hours later, the underwater volcano in Tonga erupted and was the largest volcano that we've had in over 30 some years, or maybe even longer than that. Actually, they're still have. Sorry, my throat's. Let's just get a little silver lozenge going here. I didn't want to do that while I was on the air, but a little bit of a issue there, and I can't deal with that. It might be just been a lot of singing and talking and whatever. I don't know. I got to preach this Sunday, so under the big tent, can't have this. Just can't have this issue. So this is the silver lozenges. These are available at our website. It has the Manuka honey in it. Okay, the Manuka honey, and that is some of the best honey in the world. Comes out of Hawaii, and really is helpful. You notice it's very good. Okay, plus all the rest of the stuff. Anyway, get you some of those at our website. Okay, here's what I want to do. I'm going to let you go because we have a live broadcast coming. I'll be back in about a half hour, so I'm going to get all of it pulled together for you, so we'll be up to speed on everything. I think it's very, very important we do that because after what Mike just said, you better go back and pick up your Bible and read Psalms 91. Go get your ticket right now for Planet X. They're still available.
The sky come down, the mountains all fall to the ground. But I will fear none of those things. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Dark waters rise, the thunder pounds, the wheels of war are going round, and all the walls are crumbling. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings.
Bethany, I see you there. Just go to our website at paulbegleyprophecy.com, and you can order it right there.
Underneath your wings, hide me deep inside your heart. In your refuge, cover me. The world can shake, but Lord, I'm making you my hiding place. The wind will blow, the rain can pour.
That's right.
The deluge break, the tempest roars, but in that storm, my spirit sings. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Shelter me, Lord, underneath
Your wings. It's crazy. Pieces of 8.
Hide me underneath your wings. Hide me deep inside your heart. In your refuge, cover me. The world can shake, but Lord, I'm making you my hiding place. Now all
Station. Da, 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 da.
Hide me underneath your wings. Hide me deep inside your heart. In your refuge, cover
Yes.
me. The world can shake, but
Lord, I'm making you my hiding place.
now on that day, you call for me. Someday when time no more shall be. Well, I say, death, where is your sting? Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings.
Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm saying. Are you serious? Wow. I'll be right back, guys, at 12 noon with a full broadcast. Update everything on the coming apocalypse. Be right back.